Hello, everybody. Welcome to today's masterclass, 6 Pillars to Becoming a 7-Figure Power Broker. I am your host, Doug Foley, the founder and president of Foley Media, and in today's presentation, I'm going to walk you through the 6 pillars that you need to do in order to compete in digital marketing. And it doesn't start with SEO like everybody else tells you. Now, in order to grow your business, I know you need the time and effort and money to close more deals. And it's hard to do when everyone's telling you that you have to start a blog or you've got to be active on social media. Well, that's only one of the 5 things that you need to be doing outside of SEO. So let's dig into the training. Now, before we get started, I want to make sure that you know who this is for and mostly who it's not for. This training is for real estate agents and brokers who are frustrated with SEO, who've had broken promises by other agencies, and who believe that there is a way to build an automated system that can generate quality leads. The worst thing you can do as an agent is have piles of leads that come in that are terrible and chew up your time. The only thing that's going to happen to you is you're going to get frustrated, you're going to lose the faith in the entire system, and more likely, you're just not going to call and follow up on the leads, and the whole system breaks down. All I want from this presentation is for you to find ways to win in digital marketing. Now, who this is not for, and this is really important, I want you to understand that this is not a bunch of hacks. There is no cheating the system. If you play within the rules of the internet marketing tools like Facebook, like Google, like Instagram, you will win. If you try to shortcut them, chances are you're going to get poor results and poor leads like you've been getting. Now, before we get started, there's one huge myth I want to talk about. And if you're like me as a business owner, you get tons of emails of people promising that, hey, I can get you to #1 in Google in 3 months for only $99 per month. I'm going to tell you why that is probably one of the worst things that you can have happen. If you think about it this way, easy come, easy go. And getting to #1 on Google does not guarantee you leads. If anything, all it's going to do is put you at the top for people to find you, but it doesn't necessarily mean they're going to buy from you. And the problem is so many agencies come across and burn people by saying, hey, I'm going to get you #1 on Google. But the thing is, organic search is no longer the top of most results. And through this system, I'm going to show you the things that matter more importantly than any of the organic search results and get back to the things that you have to be doing. Now, more importantly, people, especially real estate agents, have gone through this, been burned, they've tried it, they've tried some ads, they've tried SEO, and it hasn't worked. So they just go back to what works. The problem with that is the industry's changed, and the way that people are buying real estate is changing even faster. And what I'm going to teach you today is going to show you how to keep up. Now, for most people, they keep doing the same thing over and over and over and expecting a different result. You know, they continue with the magnets. If you have the money, you try TV, you try radio, you try bus stops. But for most people, they either can't afford it or it's just flat out not working. So they need to find something different that can scale. So if that sounds familiar to you, or if you have this feeling of pure frustration, or you're done, like you're out, you may even be considering throwing in the towel and giving up in real estate altogether. Or if you feel like you're just throwing money in after month after month after month, giving it to an agency, and you don't even know if you're getting good results or not. If you've been burned before by people who say they're an internet expert, or they're a digital marketing expert. It's kind of like real estate. You know, people get into it and they say, hey, listen, they go to the friends and families, they say, listen, I can sell your house. But you know, being a professional broker, it takes time, it takes skill, you have to be in it. Now, if you feel like you're one of those people that's ready to throw in the towel, I want to tell you, you're not alone. You are not the only one. There are thousands of business owners who've been burned, who are frustrated, who don't get it, who just think that, you know, they've tried SEO and they've tried digital ads, it's not working, and they're just ready to give up. But the thing with that is there are ways that you can play within the rules and develop an automated, predictable lead machine that can generate leads easier than you think by just following some simple basic steps. Now, if you are willing to master the 6 pillars, you will be on your way. You won't have to be fighting and dropping commissions and just trying to get houses just for the sake of getting the listings. You won't have to waste money in digital ads or SEO or constantly spend your entire life on social media. You will be able to build a reliable system that will be automated and is ready to scale. This is how I was able to get clients into 50 and 60 deal years. So you can stop guessing and start knowing exactly what works to generate more leads, and then you can simply do more of it. This is how you get to that 7-figure plateau. Now, a little bit about me, and I will be quick. I'm paring down the exact same strategies I use for clients like Google and TD Bank and Volkswagen and making them more accessible for you simply because I'm a huge believer in the underdog. And I love the fact that digital marketing gives you the ability to compete with some of the biggest brands in the world because it gives your ideal customers the true experience. I'm a certified digital marketing expert with multiple certifications, and most recently had a client turn $762 in ad spend into over $90,000 in revenue simply by following this exact same system. Now, a lot of people ask me, why do I do this? To me, there's a number of reasons, but one of the single most important reasons that I do this is because I believe the single greatest way to build wealth is entrepreneurship. And real estate happens to be one of the most unique and few career choices that allows you to start a business without the capital risk of traditional manufacturing or retail businesses where you have to pay out of pocket. You simply hit the ground running once you have your license, you hustle, you build your network, and it's one of the fastest opportunities to build a 7-figure business. Now, personally, I have a huge goal to help 1,000 entrepreneurs build a $1 million business by January of 2023. And one of the industries I've chose to go deep on is real estate agents because those are some of the greatest opportunities to show A, the power of digital, but B, more importantly, how possible it is to create a life that you want. Now, I can only do this and accomplish my mission by finding the right people to work with in the right industries like real estate. The single biggest reason I built this agency was because marketing is fundamentally broken. And that fatal flaw in marketing is one of the biggest opportunities for entrepreneurs and small business owners. The reason I see that it's broken comes down to 3 major things. One, it's full of fakes. I'm sure as real estate agents, you can appreciate this. There are a lot of great agents out there, but there are way more agents that get into it. Marketing is the same way. I find so many agencies take a couple courses, all of a sudden they open up shop and say, hey, I'm a digital marketing agency. But they don't have the experience and the reps and sets to say, I know how this works, I know how businesses influences, and I know how people buy. The second thing, and that feeds into that point, is it's way too easy for agencies to take your money. They know just a little bit more than the next guy, and they prey upon that when they're going after clients. And this is why we see so many SEO shops basically stealing money without understanding the full system and how the digital journey works for people. And finally, I absolutely love the underdogs. I love the people that have the odds stacked up against them and want to succeed. They want to build an empire. Those are the types of people and the entrepreneurs that I want to get in their corner and help them build that system to help them build the dynasty and the empire that they want to build. Now, in order to build this system, I want to give you a very, very simple foundation for growth. The fastest way for anybody to double a business is to double one of 4 things. And this is something Ryan Deiss, a digital marketer, talks about all the time. You can either double your leads, double your conversions of leads to customers, double the number of transactions per customer, or double your commission. In this case, that would be margin. If you were to double all 4 of those, you'd be looking at a 16x growth factor. Now, what I'm going to show you in this system is how you can use each of those 4 levers to build something that you can scale so that you know how to turn someone not just buying 1 house, but buying 2, We're creating a referral network for you so that they can get their family or friends to help buy from you. That is the type of system that's going to get you to that 7-figure power broker position. Now it's time to dive in. Let's think about it this way. Let's say you and your wife are ready to go out for dinner. You've got the babysitters lined up. You're sitting in the car in the driveway and you're like, you don't know where to go, but you want Italian. The first thing you're going to do is you're going to pop on, probably open your phone, go to Google and figure out what's the best Italian restaurant. And from there, you're going to go down the journey. You're going to look at reviews. You're going to look at social media, ask for some recommendations. But yet, when it comes to real estate, how many of you think about it like that? How many of you think about how people actually buy from you? Chances are very few of you have thought about the actual journey that people follow in order to make a purchase. Even fewer think about what happens after that purchase. How do you nurture that relationship to get the reviews, to build the business? And that leads me into the very first pillar. We're going to stick with the example of going to Italian food. One, because I'm going on a trip to New York soon. And two, this is the first thing that people see. When they look for a local service, whether it's the best Italian restaurant or who's the best real estate agent, the first thing that's shown is ads. The next is a map with results and ratings. This rating system is your Google business listing. And if you haven't figured out how to fine-tune this, you're giving away that first shot. I mean, we're on the first step. I'm not talking about SEO. I'm talking about one of the most basic principles of just making sure that your business listing is correct. The hours you operate, the services you offer, the things that people really want to know. And what's the first thing everyone notices after they get to your listing? Your reviews. Think about it. If I want to work with somebody, am I going to work with somebody who's got 1 or 2 stars? Not a chance. I'm going to go deep into the customers who have, I'm going to go deep to the real estate agents who have 5, 4 stars. And I'm going to look at what people are saying. I'm going to look how recent the reviews are. If they've got a bad review or if they've recently had a bad experience, I'm on to the next person. I'm just going to keep moving down that list until I find the person that I'm going to connect with. And then from there, I'm going to go into social media. Now, this is probably the most simple thing for people to understand. The whole point of social media is to be social. If you're not engaged with your audience, if you're not commenting back or engaging or trying to contribute, you're leaving a ton of things on the table. And as a real estate agent, the best way to get referrals is just to be present, be engaged, comment on those posts, be around when people are looking for it. But even more powerful is when somebody asks for a recommendation and someone gives your name, go in there and say thank you. This is some of the most low-hanging fruit when it comes to social. You don't have to be in there putting 100 posts out daily and being active and writing original content. Now, I'd recommend that. Like, if you want to be at the top of the game and you have a team that can help support that, go all in. Create content, be engaging with people. You'll rise to the top faster. But if you don't have the team, you don't have the time, the least you can do is just be there, engage with people in your circle. It's a lot easier to go door knocking on social media than it is to literally spend your days door knocking all through the neighborhoods trying to drum up some more business. After that is your website. Think about it. We've gone and found the best Italian restaurant. We've figured out the reviews. We've checked some recommendations on Facebook. The next thing we're logically going to do is we're going to go look at the menu. If that website is not mobile friendly, it is probably one of the most frustrating things in the world. You can't scroll around finding the menu, let alone reading the menu, if you can get to it, is virtually impossible. The same thing applies to your site. If you found a way to get people to refer you, you've got a great reputation, you're ranked highly, and yet when people get to your website, if they can't navigate it or even find a way to contact you, then they've fallen through the loop. Now, what I want you to notice is we're building across this a system that allows you multiple chances to capture leads. And the better you do on each of these, the better the other elements of this system perform. Now, as I mentioned before, ads are probably one of the easiest ways to get to the top. This is kind of the way to pay to play. Now, fortunately, if you do it right, you'll know your numbers, just like we mentioned previously. It is probably one of the fastest ways to scale. But let's just say that they followed the organic path and got to your site. Just like a travel company would do, there's a tool called retargeting that allows you to follow them. So if they did come to your site, and chances are people looking for agents, they're not going to buy right away. They're just starting the process. What retargeting or remarketing in Google allows you to do is follow them. Just like when you look for a trip to Hawaii and all of a sudden everywhere you go, you see the ads for Hawaii or any of the other elements. It's the exact same thing. Now there is an easy way to do this on your site, but again, this is helping you close the loop on the bigger system. And it also makes sure that you stay in front of them all the time. And finally, SEO. Yes, SEO. It's the last thing. Yet most people tell you like SEO is the most important. It's how you get to the top. But I've just shown you the way your buyers look to buy from you is no longer organic. It's because the platforms are evolving and the way people buy and interact has changed. Now, SEO is important when it's part of all of the other 6 pillars, but not as the single pillar. If you were to pick one single pillar, I would tell you it would be digital ads, simply because you can figure out how much it costs to acquire a client and then scale from there if the numbers work. But if you do any other individual one, especially focusing on SEO first, you're not going to see the results you want. So think of it again, just in the simple format of how you look for services. First, you're going to go to Google and figure out, make sure the listings are correct to make sure you show up. Then you're going to go on and take a look at the reviews. It's no different. And then you're going to start to engage and take a look at social if there is any, or you'll just skip through to their website. And that's the opportunity to start showing ads. And from there, you can focus on SEO. You can figure out and use the data to inform what you should be doing. Now, if you master these pillars, even just doing the basics of all 6, I can promise you are going to see a massive increase in results. Now, if you go from just doing it basic up to an advanced level and nail it on every single level, that is how you get to become a 7-figure power broker. Now, to make it easy, I have a free report for you. And all you have to do is simply put in your information, and you'll see a letter grade of where you stand with each pillar. And after you run that report, we can schedule a call, and it'll allow you to get some insights into where you should be focusing your energy first and how to develop a core digital strategy to help you become that 7-figure power broker. If this sounds too good to be true, I want to remind you of why I'm doing this. For me, I have a simple goal of helping 1,000 entrepreneurs build a $1 million business by January 2023. And I need people like you who are committed, who want to work and have the passion to build a 7-figure business. I can only do that by giving tools and resources to people like you to see where they are and help guide them through the process. Whether you work with me, whether you hire a freelancer, or whether you just use this for your own internal team, or you just do it yourself, you'll at least have the foundation to understand how to leverage each of these 6 pillars to build the system you need to grow. Now, in order to leverage this, I want you to understand you must be serious about growing your brokerage. It's not just a quick fix or something you can slap on. It takes work. It's going to take time to see results. But if you're focused on it and you have a great reputation, this system's going to get it in front of the right people. If you cut corners and you have a bad reputation, all it's going to do is expose it. If you're ready, all you have to do is head over to FoleyMC.com and grab your report, and from there you can book your call. It would be an absolute pleasure for me to help you grow your business. Thank you.